Meet Marvet Britto, brand architect of the Britto Agency, a public relations firm dedicated to elevating the standards and excellence. We spoke exclusively with Miss Britto to find out why she's the boss. Marvet.
Yes.
So before we can know what it's like to spend a day in your shoes, first we have to know what shoes we're getting into. Shoe game check.
You know, these are Charlotte Olympier, and she's really an amazing new cutting-edge designer out of London. And I feel like I'm the gatekeeper of neck. So I love a great design aesthetic. So I really fell in love with her shoes. My client Estelle introduced me to her.
I want to know, how did you first break into PR?
My career in PR was birthed when I was birthed. I believe that I was born with this innate ability to really, and an innate desire to see people reach their full potential. I realized I wanted to start a PR firm after doing a forensics of the industry and realizing that there wasn't a firm that really filled the void and nurtured and fully developed every aspect of a client's brand.
Absolutely. And on that note, tell me about the Britto Agency and what you do with your firm.
The Britto Agency, unlike traditional PR firms, we're brand architects. So we really look at every aspect of a client's brand and how we can develop and build equity. I think you have to really look at the full artist and, more importantly, look at what success means to them, and then build and craft a blueprint that will help them reach their goals exponentially. And so for us, I think that we really peel back every layer of what we believe the client can accomplish, and then put concepts and strategic goals and tactics in place that will help them realize their objectives.
Tell me about some of your notable clients that you work with.
Well, we represent a hybrid of clients across multiple disciplines, from sports, corporate, fashion, philanthropy, and we're really blessed to work with brands that we think are in line with our own brand heritage, and that is elevating the standards of excellence. So clients from the ambassador to the Bahamas, to the island of Anguilla, to celebrated actors like Hill Harper, Grammy award-winning artists like Estelle, to new artists, burgeoning artists like Luke James. So we really have been blessed to work with a myriad of clients who really mirror the same passions that our firm was birthed from.
Great. Now, with so many clients in so many areas of business, what is a typical day like for you? What are your responsibilities here as the head of the Britto Agency?
Well, I always say that I am the landowner, the farmer, and the gatekeeper, because I believe that as a strategist, you have to employ a myriad of disciplines in order to really grow your client's brand. And ideally, the job never ends, so your responsibilities are endless. And I like to say that there's really no one definition for what you will have to do on a day-to-day basis. And we all know in PR, and really in most people's lives, we're not robotic, because we have to pull different tools out of our toolbox every day, because we never know what tasks we'll be faced with. So for me, I'd like to really envelop every aspect of what it will take to grow my client's brand and be ready to activate.
What advice would you give to the up-and-coming young professional who looks at Marvet Britto and wants to be just like her?
Every person has their own unique DNA. So don't strive to be like me, but strive to be the perfect version of you. And I think in doing that, understand that there's a certain amount of risk in every aspiration, because you will dream bigger than the people who are surrounding you. So you'll always have to understand that in being in the risk business, you'll have to, again, step on stairs you don't see and really dream bigger than your circumstances. And when you do that, you'll allow yourself to be empowered. You'll allow yourself to shatter glass ceilings. You'll allow yourself to really not be afraid and fearful, but be fearless, and understanding that while you may not have everything you think you need, you have enough to get you where you need to be.
You've accomplished so much with this agency, but what are your dreams for the future of the Britto Agency?
My dream for the Britto Agency is that we continue on our journey and on our path of advancing and nurturing and developing clients and corporations into iconic, lifelong brands. My goal is to shift an occasional consumer into a lifelong adopter of a client's brand, and while maintaining, our morals, our integrity, and all of the characteristics from which my firm was built. My goal is that we will continue to empower, educate, and illuminate the paths for anyone who wants to follow a similar career path. But I'd like for people down the road to remember that I was fearless and that I was pioneering and not being afraid to do things that people may not have always understood when I did them, but 10 or 20 years down the road, it'll perhaps be a standing and signature way of shifting the way that contemporary PR and traditional business was done.
Thank you so much for allowing us into the Britto agency today.
Absolutely.
And thank you for watching this episode of She's the Boss. You can catch past episodes at madamenoir.com. In the meantime, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Madam Noir.